The three biggest mistakes everybody makes when they're trying to get Upwork. These are the three biggest mistakes I see people make when they try and get work off of Upwork. My name's Gavin. I've generated over $200,000 on the platform and significantly more off of the platform with my email and SMS marketing agency. But while also having generated a bunch of revenue on the platform, I've also hired a bunch of people. And it's funny because I see these same mistakes every single time when I'm trying to hire somebody, and it just immediately turns me off when it comes to the actual clicking of the hire. So what are those three mistakes? Mistake number one is not getting on a call as quickly as you possibly can. If somebody messages you on Upwork or they respond to your proposal or they reach out to you cold, your job is to get on a call as quickly as possible. Don't ask them a bunch of qualifying questions. Don't try and figure out scope in the chat. Get that person on the phone call. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, what happens if I get on the call and they're not a right fit? That's doing business, right? Who cares? You need to be spending more time getting on calls with people because your ability to close them on a call is going to be so much more effective than actually having a conversation within the chat, okay? The moment someone reaches out to you, you need to get on a call as quickly as possible. And while you may have an increase in the amount of time that you waste getting on those calls, your increase in the ability to close those deals or clients is going to outweigh the loss in time, ideally, that you have from getting on the calls with people who are not qualified in the first place. Get on the phone with them, meet them in person. The reality is if you have two people who are bidding for the same job and one says, hey, yeah, can you tell me a little bit more about this? Okay, explain this for me. That takes work for the client. And then you have the other person who says, yep, totally hear you. Let's get on a call and scope this out. This person's gonna win the work all the time. I've had so many times where I hire people and they'll say, okay, can you tell me a little bit more about the job before we get on a call? No, I can't. Get on the call with me and we can talk about it that way. From a client's perspective, if you're not willing to invest 30 minutes of your time just to meet me before getting on the call. Really quickly, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to tell you something really cool that we've started doing with Inbox. I've actually created a school community where I teach you anything and everything I know about email and SMS marketing, from really advanced campaign strategies to how to simply set up your Klaviyo account, all the way to building really, really cool automations for the back end of your e-commerce store. Whether you're a business owner trying to learn how to do email marketing or an email marketer trying to learn how to become a better email marketer, there is a link in the description to this school community where I teach you everything I know. Check it out, it's worthwhile. Book a call to have a chat with me to see if you're a right fit for the community, and if you are, I'd love to get you in there. Anyway, sorry for interrupting your video, let's get back to it. I'm not gonna hire you, right? And that's how I get close rates of about 22% on the jobs, by the way. Close rates of about 50% on Upwork jobs, but lead reply rates of 22%, which is in the top 0.1% of Upwork, by the way. So that works really, really well, okay? The second mistake I see people make is asking somebody what their budget is, right? They always do that, where you're in the call and they go, okay, so what's your budget, right? I hate that question as a client, right? And what it encourages me to do is immediately drop my budget incredibly low, which from a vendor's perspective, if I'm the client and you ask me what my budget is, I'm immediately gonna go very low. And then it instantly starts creating conflict. You start having to barter to get closer to the price that you want, or you falsely disqualify them, right? If my actual budget is $2,000 and I say, yeah, I can do it for $500, I'm deliberately gonna lowball you, and either you are gonna engage in conflict with me to get my price up, or B, you're gonna say no and miss out on a proper client who can actually pay you, or C, you're gonna take the job for way lower than you actually think you're worth. Don't do that. Just come in with fixed prices. Tell them what the price is, and then you can negotiate from that point. Don't ask somebody how much they think you're worth. Tell people how much you are worth, and then you can negotiate from that position. Don't ask me what my budget is. Don't ask me how much money I'm gonna spend with you. Tell me how much you cost, and I'm gonna be a lot more, just from a trust perspective, I trust somebody who has a fixed price coming into the call rather at the end of the call, as opposed to us getting on a call and you trying to figure out how much you can charge me. It just makes me feel gross, okay? That's mistake number two. Mistake number three is the way in which people pitch. So I was recently hiring for a social media strategist just recently. I had about 4 different calls with people to help me with this. And the person that I went with was not the person who told me what they were gonna do, it's the person who showed me what they're gonna do, okay? Now I have a link in the description of this video to my pitch strategy in Upwork, but really what I like to do in my pitches is instead of talk and tell people how I'm gonna help them, I first figure out exactly what their problem is, and then I run through how I'm gonna solve their problem with visual demonstrations using Miro. So I'm an email marketer, right? And we sell email and SMS marketing for like e-commerce brands. The way in which we sell our services on Upwork is we actually bring up a Miro board, which is essentially a tool that allows us to outline journeys. And we go through that Miro board live on the call together, okay? And I show them, hey, if we work together, in month 1, we're gonna build out the following 2 automations for you. And I show them exactly what those automations will look like. Now, we don't go into customizing them right there, but we do demonstrate from a high level what they could look like for that client. Then in month 2, I show them the next 2 flows that we can build or automations. Then in month 3, I show them the next 2 automations. And what I'm essentially doing is I'm giving the person confidence in that we know how to deliver this service. And I'm also giving the person who's on the call, or rather already getting them, bought into the delivery. If we do this journey mapping session at the start, we're actually already starting the work, right? And what that does is it makes it a hell of a lot easier for the client to be like, we've already started, let's do it, you've given me the plan. For them to go with somebody else, to then go back, they sign with that other person, they then have to go back through the journey mapping session that we just did. So creating a visual representation, an outline of how we're actually gonna work with this person is gonna help you increase your close rates so much more. Show, don't tell, okay? Like physically show people how you're gonna do the work. You can do this for any type of business, by the way. Meta ads. Here's the content that we're gonna create. Block 1, 2, 3, 4. Create a visual representation of like 50 different campaigns and then create 10 different blocks of content underneath each of those campaigns. That's gonna help you increase your close rate. It's worked a treat for me. I do it both on Upwork and off of Upwork for all of my clients, and it's significantly increased my close rates. So just to recap, the 3 things I always see people mess up with. Number 1, not actually trying to push for the phone call. Get on the call or the meet with the client as quickly as possible, okay? Number 2 is making sure that you don't ask for their budget. Tell people what you're worth and ideally tell them in the call. Don't tell them before you get on the call, because you want to be able to explain your value in the call right after, or rather right before telling your price, okay? And then finally, actually demonstrate how you're gonna help the client. Create a visual map that the client can follow that is customized to them within your call that shows how you're gonna deliver the service that they want. That's how I've generated hundreds of thousands just through Upwork and off of the Upwork platform, and really just improved our business tenfold. So, hope that was useful. If you have any questions, comment down below. I make these videos really just to kind of show what I know. If you're interested in some coaching, I do a little bit of one-on-one coaching as well, so just reach out to me. There's a way to get in touch with my Calendly link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.